Houston, the most ethnically diverse city in America. We eat now how the rest of the country will be eating in 30 years. With more than 10,000 restaurants and cuisines from over 70 countries and American regions, this is a good place to be a foodie. And like me, a lover of international flavors. From my culinary studies overseas to family dinners in Nicaragua, I've realized there's something special about sharing a recipe. You share your culture, you share your story. So I'm going on a journey, meeting and cooking with some of the people that call Houston home. I'm Chef David Cordua. Let's build the Houston Cookbook. Houston has one of the largest Vietnamese populations in the U.S. In parts of what we call Asiatown near Sam Houston Tollway and Bel Air Boulevard, even the street signs are in Vietnamese. One of the most popular Vietnamese dishes in Houston is pho. It's a noodle soup with a silky broth that may soon rival tacos and barbecue as the national dish of Houston. I've so been looking forward to learning how to make it. So we're going to Pho One, a small restaurant run by the Vu family in the Energy Corridor.
Hey, how are you?
Hi.
Hey, I'm Till. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
This is my mom.
I'm Kim Vu.
Kim Vu.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to see how you make your pho.
Please follow us and we'll show you what we got. Hey. All right, well, I'm gonna let you do most of the work here. So we have already a pot here ready with 5 gallons of water already boiled.
Okay. What do we have here? So we have some brisket, it looks like?
Briskets, we got some shank, and bones.
Brisket fat and
Brisket fat too.
Yeah.
So we want to keep some fat to have like that flavor that goes in the broth. We're gonna go the ginger first.
Okay.
Ginger and salt. Yeah, the salt. So now we just add the bones.
And these are the shanks you said?
Yeah.
Should we go with the brisket?
You can wait for the
Okay.
We're gonna wait for it to boiling and we add the brisket to it. The water is boiling, so it's ready to go. We can start putting the rest of the meat.
And so we're gonna let this rock for how long? Combien de temps?
peut-être une demi.
Une heure et demie?
Half an hour.
So these are all the impurities coming out from the bones that we're gonna skim off at the top. So we're gonna add the star anise.
Okay.
It's about a cup of sugar and a cup of fish sauce.
So now as we wait, the same process of taking all the residue, we're gonna do like multiple times. Alrighty, so now we're just gonna put everything on the bowl. We have the noodles ready. And so that's the meat that you just sliced, the brisket, some brisket fat, shank, the tendon freshly cut out of the bones that you guys just saw earlier on the
gelatinous and delicious.
Yes, some meatballs, and of course the medium rare. We call it the medium rare because, well, as we pour on the broth, the broth on the bone, it will cook it itself. And then just add the greens, green onions, cilantro, and some white onions.
Yes, that was really fun.
Oh, well,
I can't wait to dig in.
Yes.
So tell us the correct way to dig
okay,
into pho.
so kind of what I say to all my customers, test the broth first.
I will say it's a very clear, clean broth.
So that's how we try to do.
Yeah.
So the long process is make it the broth clear, but we keep the flavor as good as we can.
Now, you guys are more than just 2 generations in the
Yes, we
restaurant.
go back to the 3rd generation. So the pho itself is the recipe of my grandfather, and he had multiple restaurants back in Vietnam in the 60s and 60s, 70s until Vietnam War in 75. So that's why they have to move to the United States and he started building up in New Orleans back in 1982. But then Katrina hit, and then we kind of like start our life again back in
And that's how you ended up
Houston.
in Houston?
Yes.
You find that Houstonians are pretty familiar with Vietnamese cuisine
I think they,
in general?
I think Houston are very open to everything. The city is so diverse. You can find any background, any cities, and everybody is willing to try all the food that we have here. So it's just a pleasure to see anybody to come over in the restaurant and try our food.
The city's palate continues to change thanks to immigrants and refugees who come from all over the world and bring their culture with them. Our best memories happen around the table. It's the ultimate equalizer. Let's share our recipes. Let's talk about where our families are from. Let's bring something new to the table, because food is an international language. It brings us together, and it's what makes Houston strong.